I'm Zara and I'm running for female co-convenor of the Scottish Green Party. Now, I had a wee video before where I told you why I was running and the things that I hoped to do as co-convenor and what I can bring to the role. I wanted to send out another message to people to let people know what I'm actually going to do to develop our party in the upcoming year. It's a really, really crucial and important year for us coming up. The most important year for us yet. We've got a real opportunity to break new ground into Holyrood, and that will be historic for our party, that will really set the way forward for future elections for 2017 to get more councillors in every council area across Scotland, to really build to be that opposition party that we all believe that we can be as we continue to grow. For me, I thought long and hard about whether I should go for this position, because many people have recognised that I'm quite young. I'm 29, still just a young green until I'm 30. I will still be a young green. So people were saying, well, why are you going for this role now? Do you not just want to wait? But lots of members, young greens, women, others were encouraging me to go for this, because they recognise that I have some real valuable skill sets and experience to bring to the role at this current time. Now, we have co-convenors in the Green Party because it means that we have gender balance, but it also means that you can bring a real different skill mix to the role of co-convenors. Something that I think is a real priority for our leadership team, for the co-convening team as we lead into Holyrood, is development of the party. We've had a massive surge. We went from 1,200 members to 9,000 members, and that's been blooming fantastic. It's been great, it's been really inspiring, it's been engaging, it's been knackering for loads of us. But what it's meant is that lots of the systems and structures that we would like to see, that need to be in place to really drive forward the kind of campaigns that we want to have running on the ground, are not necessarily there yet. And I'm up for being a co-convenor who can focus on that stuff. I recognise that some people are concerned about having two co-convenors based in Glasgow. That's an understandable concern, but I don't think it's a real one. I don't think it's one that we should be overly concerned about, and here's why. My activism throughout the Greens has been across Scotland. I've been active in Stirling branch, I was candidate in Dunfermline, I proactively supported Dundee branch during the European election campaign. I've also linked into Highlands and Islands, and as previous co-convenor for Scottish Young Greens, I've worked nationally with a whole range of different people and branches, not only in Scotland but also in the Green Party of England and Wales and across Europe. Now that brings loads of relationships and experience that I think is really invaluable actually in terms of the development that we need to progress with for the party right now. So although I'm currently based geographically in Glasgow, I am not intending to be a co-convenor who only does my activism and work in Glasgow. I'm committing as female co-convenor to engage with every single branch, the length and breadth of Scotland, in the lead up to Holyrood. Not only on the ground and being a physical presence to members, I'm also committing to be a presence online, to use more engaging technology and new technologies to engage in question and answers, not only as your co-convenor, but to facilitate those kind of technologies being used so that loads of other green voices can get heard, so that the public can engage with green voices and can ask us questions and can really get to know the representatives that we are hoping the public will put trust in us in Holyrood next year. So I'm committing to that. I'm also committing to ensure that we put real effort and energy and resource into engaging with members, people and voters that we haven't yet connected with. A key priority, I think, for the Greens is we need to look at our engagement with Black and minority ethnic communities. We have a severe lack of representation in the party and in our membership of Black and minority ethnic people. At the moment, I'm working with one of our enthusiastic new Young Green members, Zane, and he is very keen to start developing a Scottish Greens of Colour network. I think that is a brilliant idea, and I think that that's one of the key suggestions that I would hope that I want to drive forward as your new female co-convenor. I think that that would bring a serious commitment and voice to ensure that we are not only having a diverse representatives in our party, but that also it allows us to engage with communities on their terms. As a young person, well, just about, I'm nearly 30, so I just get away with calling myself a young Green. But as a previous co-convenor of Young Greens, I am absolutely committed to ensuring that young people's voices are genuinely represented and heard within our party, and that young people are not only used as a great asset and resource for getting materials delivered, but are actually key to the clogs and workings of our party at branch level and also at national party level. And we need to look at how we can change the culture within the party so that Young Greens aren't just seen as an extra add-on but are a core part of the party. A third of our membership is under 30, so I would like to see a third of our representatives under 30. So I think that's the kind of change that we need to be bold enough to bring to the Greens. Having some paid staff commitment for the Greens is absolute necessity as well. Something that I worked on with Alan Faulds as previous co-convenor, and we linked in with ideas from Green Party of England and Wales. Things like the 30 under 30 training and development programme. I think we should be looking at things like that to support Young Greens to better get active and engage within our party. Women, we are the 51%, and I'm delighted and thankful to be part of a party that really takes gender equality seriously. At least we do in terms of our structures. So we have co-conveners, that's why I'm running as female co-convenor, to bring that female voice, but more so to actually enable other females to have genuine voice in our party. Even although we take that stuff seriously, we still have a lack of women coming forward to put themselves forward for elected positions, both internally and at council level and Holyrood level. I think that's partly because of the culture of politics. It's still a very male-driven culture, and it's not a culture that women necessarily feel comfortable in or feel like they're able to participate in. I think we need to take steps to address that, and we need to look at the way that we do our politics and take steps to do it differently in a way that works for women. One thing that we've reflected on within Women's Network in the past is that quite often women need to be asked, so do young people. Probably other minorities and other people also need to be asked. So we can't leave this to chance. We can't just expect that we'll have more diverse voices represented in our party. We can't wait for people to come to us. We have to be proactive at engaging our members and ensuring that they have the support to develop, to actually become the voices of our party. And I'm committing to do that. In the same way that I've got, one of my mantras is to always take another woman with you. I think we also need to be taking other people with us. Always take another young person with you. Always take another black minority ethnic person with you. That's the kind of ethos that we need to see driven in every aspect of our party and membership, so that we're facilitating others to get active, to get involved, and to go out there and engage voters so that we can have a historic election result in May and beyond.